Alright, it's game time. What's good? What's good? Alright. Back with another live stream. 2 for 2. 2 live streams in a row. It's a new record. Last night, basically took a little break from some of the client projects I'm working on to make this render, and I did basically two test renders, one in Eevee and one in Cycles. The Eevee one actually finished. I'll play it right now. Might not be playing in real time, to be honest. Yeah, it's definitely not playing in real time. Yeah, so this is an Eevee. I really like certain aspects of it, and obviously the fact that it renders like 5 times faster than Cycles, and the bloom in the emission shaders is definitely cleaner, but I don't like the way some of the materials are. The stainless steel here on the statue looks really nice. The shoe looks perfectly fine. I did render this out in 2K resolution, which if I do stick with Eevee, I might end up doing 4K for the final. The Nike logo I think needs to be a little bit higher. Let's see. Like, I need to move the camera up higher, as well as some other things. But this looks alright. The safe. I haven't seen the full Cycles preview. And something about the floor here. It's like so nice the way the reflections are. I don't like kind of the side roll off of the light, but we can work on that. Here's the Cycles one. A little too dark, which I might bump the HDRI up a hair. I thought the materials looked super great. Like when you look at the Air Force, like the material color is not perfect, but I will say it definitely looks super clean. Wall has some nice definition in the texture. I'm going to add a better glow in the Compositor later. Let's see what else. Yeah, I personally love the look of this one just because it gives a little bit better of a shine, but like I said, I want more reflections off the floor, and that's about as far as I got to on the render. So I'm still going to do an Eevee and a Cycles render for the finals, but I'll have to redo the Cycles one, which took already a long time. But anyways, this is the scene, in case you weren't here in the other live stream. Pretty simple. Let's see what we got. Yeah, so this is an Eevee, so I can definitely take a better look at some things. Yeah, so the floor, like I said, great reflections. The Nike logo with the emission shader on it looks good. The light bouncing off the floor also looks really great. Oh, shoot, Nick Grant in the house. What's up, Nick? But yeah, this is the safe. Oop. Yeah, so we got the safe. I think the materials look alright when doing in the real time compared to Cycles. It's gonna take a hot minute to change over. Yo, I appreciate you popping in, man. Get to see how I've been the daily grind of my life. Yeah, Cycles is definitely the move, but I'm gonna have to bump up the HDRI. Alright, let us do some compositing. Do a quick render to get this thrown into the Compositor and see if we can add some bloom and some glare to the emission shaders. How goes that, how goes, orientation stuff? School started and whatnot? Oh man, water is good. Actually, before I do waste 5 minutes, let me bump my render samples down. Yeah, so this should take like 2-3 minutes just for me to get a little render sample, in which I'll throw it in the Compositor, see if we can get some nice glares like Eevee. Nice. Yeah, I feel that, man. I'm still working at the music store, and I'm working extra days each week because it's rental season and school is definitely back in session, because people be coming in the store left and right trying to get instruments, and it's super busy. Where now, definitely hit me up. I'll be I think Friday through Sunday I'm gonna be pretty busy, and then Monday, Tuesday, Thursday I got my normal work hours, but if you hit me on Wednesday, Sunday, or late at night, I should be around. Yeah, so this basically, if you're watching the screen, this is what happens to every single frame when I render in cycles. So especially for those that want to get into animation or 3D, get used to sitting around waiting for a good old render, and get good at learning how to save as much time as possible off your renders. Any day now. Got like a minute and a half left. Oh, I should have changed it to rendering at 2K resolution. That's why it's going to take a little extra longer. Gotta wait for quality. Hang tight for just another minute, and then we'll get back into some work. Alright, 40 seconds. Definitely time to get a new phone, I will say that. All the new phones have LiDAR technology, and I can do some photo scans and grab some cool assets for myself. I feel like I'm really missing out. Yeah, I'm excited too, man. This is an idea I've had for about a year in my head, and I ended up making a prototype for it, which was this was the OG idea, and I ended up putting an NBA trophy there instead, but then I kind of revamped it and basically took some reference photos, let's see, yeah, stuff like this, and I was like, it'd be cool, you know, just like a Nike vault where the original Air Force One is. It's like the blueprint model. If they lose that, they can't make any other ones. So I'm just trying to beef up this scene, and then once I feel satisfied enough where I've gone too far and know it's going to take too much time to render, I will say that it's done. But in the meantime, let's see what we can do. Yeah, so basically what I'm trying to do right now is add glow to the scene, because the render engine I'm using is a little bit more photoreal compared to the real-time render engine, which is essentially like has a different style look to it, and it looks clean, but it definitely kind of feels, oh, didn't mean to do that. Feels like certain aspects of it look really good, like the floor. Like floor looks amazing with the reflections, and then the what they call bloom is that that hazy glow. But essentially, rendering in this render engine will allow me to like get things done really fast and still achieve a good result. Whereas the other render engine cycles, like I said, more photoreal. And I'm gonna do both, sadly. Although I don't really have to, can't really afford the time to render out both. But that's just the way of the world. So right, let's see if I can composite this thing right. Add a viewer node. Attach the image to image. I want to say that was like supposed to work. Why do I not see an image? There we go. Can we zoom out, please? There we go. So yeah, let's see if we can make this glow good enough to look good. Ooh, that's not it. That definitely is not it. Pass on ghosts, fog glow, maybe that's it. Yeah, that's a little bit more my speed. They do save in my channel. You can actually catch yesterday's live stream, which was like 2.5 hours, basically start to finish, or start to essentially when the live stream crashed. But yeah, it's definitely going to be doing a lot more of it, per se. Ooh, that's not it either. But yeah, any live stream I do most likely will be posted literally like right after I finish. Actually, that looks pretty decent. Alright, that was dope. Alright, so next thing I gotta do is make this 20 seconds ideally. So let's adjust the camera animation. That's alright. Made that longer. Now we gotta adjust the vault door animations to be a little bit more delayed. Let's see. That's pretty good. Nice. I had another idea too, that the camera would zoom out even further. basically like out here and like the front of a store, like a Nike. I don't know if I want to go that far and like build like a Nike storefront, although I definitely have some 3D models that I could essentially kind of rig up. But ideally, the last idea would be like these are all clouds and there's a sky and the store is sitting in the sky because the Air Force One model is like the cloud shoe. But oh, I did it again. There we go. Yeah, I feel like the Air Force One shoe itself is like it's like walking on clouds. Not that I would ever buy a pair again, but I did spend a lot of my life wearing these shoes, and they're kind of bricks nowadays. But all right, let's go back to Eevee so I can actually see things in real time. There we go. Yeah, much faster. It's a really, really good shoe model, though. And it's fully customizable. Alright, so I guess the next thing I gotta do is I want to raise the Nike sign up. Let me get my bearings back. I need to raise it up to be like... Oh yeah, dude, the shoe is like one of the best investments I made. So like as it sits right now, it sits like right above the shoe, and I think it needs to be like a hair higher, but not too much higher, because see, like I'm stuck with the dilemma of like things gotta like be adjusted. Like this is the start frame, and I don't really want to like change it, but I also want the Nike to be properly set in, and maybe that's just changing the camera angle. Not like that. Let's try like 3.25. Yeah, see, it doesn't look right. That looks okay. Yeah, I mean, I think the solution to this is to find the sweet spot, or have the camera as it zooms out we'll raise the camera up as it goes. Because ideally I want the camera to be higher up here. Let's try like a 4. It's like a Pokemon song. Alright, that's probably the farthest I want to go back on the scene, but let's take a look. Alright, we're alright. That can't happen though. That may have just messed up my whole timing for the lock scene, the safe scene. Yeah, it's a little off. Alright, that needs to be like a hair faster, but not that slow. Oh, it didn't save, that's why. Always remember to update your keyframes. Needs to get, yeah, I gotta back up the safe now. Another playback, see how we're doing. I think the Nike sign will be alright there. Alright, let's see how we're looking. Yeah, now here comes the tough part. It's figuring out whether I want to lower the roof in the safe area. Guess we'll leave it as is for now. Might move the Nike sign like a little bit further up here. Any ideas for what the air... I feel like I should put like above it in like gold or something, like Air Force One. Let's do a quick look. Does Nike have a font? Oh, Futura. Ooh, do I not have it? I definitely should have it. We got fonts. Now the good question is, where can I find? Man, no disrespect, but I hate the Creative Cloud. Thing drives me crazy. It works great on my MacBook, but on my PC, Creative Cloud is like such a nightmare. Alright, we gotta find out where this font is being held hostage. Big ups to the future. I'm feeling this vibe. Alright, just gotta get the font and we should be straight. Just don't know where it's being held. I would like to just like download it, please. Creative Cloud files would be a good start. Okay. Nope. Nope. Ooh, maybe. Fonts, let's go! That ain't it! Just want to find a font, please. Don't make me open Creative Cloud. I don't really want to. Alright. Just gotta find the font. Don't play with my emotions. I'm not seeing any future in this section, and that makes me just kind of slightly irritated. Nope, not going on edge. Talk to me, Goose. What's going on? It's frustrating. Uh-oh. Oops. Oh, Creative Cloud, you're just adding into the reason why I dislike you, Adobe. Shouldn't be that hard. I may even just like try and download it off of Adobe. Nice 3-star rating, sounds promising. Please. That's all I got left in me. Please work. Alright, if I can just get this font installed, we can continue on, but there we go. Here's some Futuras. Not any of the ones that I'm looking for, but medium condense. Nope, that ain't it. Well, Google's not really helping either, so I gotta maybe sidebar this. Like, it says I downloaded them to my Creative Cloud, but they're not in my Creative Cloud. Whatever. Alright, we'll sidebar that. I'll just put a placeholder in the meantime. That's actually not so bad. let's see how that looks. Yeah, at least until I find the right font, I'm not going to be happy with this. But there are some things that I could probably do to make it a little bit better. Alright, good enough. Next, I fixed the animation. I haven't decided whether camera... Oh, gotta fix that. So this is the secondary camera animation that I came up with. I'm not really sold on this one. But this was just a secondary option I came up with last night. Oh, maybe I shouldn't. Something like that. It definitely got messed up because I just moved a bunch of things around, but the idea is it was going to end on that as opposed to just a straight shot. And that used to look clean, but now that I've moved everything around, I don't really want to do the work to redo that, so we're just going to say no. I want to have more. Maybe like adding some volumetrics. Try that again. So, ooh, actually, this may or may. I guess I was wrong. Are there two shoes there? Yeah, there are. Alright, maybe it's time to re-up the shoe animation a bit. See how that... Like a little nicer. Might be a little too much animation. Let's try -0.3. We don't want any Z rotation. Maybe some Y rotation. Yeah, so for anyone watching who's wondering what I'm doing, I'm just adjusting the modifiers I have to make it seem like it's floating. And the idea is I want it to be just as natural floating as possible, so you kind of get the idea that like it's got some supernaturalness to it. Maybe bump this up 0.5 too. Alright, let's see about maybe adding some smoke or just a little bit of haze. Man, this is definitely some like Mario Kart style music. So now I got this cube. I'm just gonna name it volumetric. And I'm not gonna lie, depending on how much I push this real quick, it may crash the stream, but I'm willing to take risks tonight. Let's see. Ooh, that kind of looks dope. Let's see what we can do. So we've added some volumetrics into the scene, so anytime you do that, it's going to definitely add some render time. And if I push it to 2 pixels for the volumetrics, that may or may not crash us. But I think if we really want to play around with some things, we can get some cool results. Let's just see a before and after. Oh, probably not the best way to do that. I don't like how the light bleeds in, but that can always be adjusted. How does it look from outside? I almost feel like the volumetrics would be better suited. Smaller. No, don't want to delete it. Alright, so that's how it's going to look in Eevee. Let's take a quick peek at cycles. Yeah, no, that ain't going to work. It looks super dope in Eevee. So maybe add like a noise texture. It would be cool to give it a little bit of like, can't remember which one it is. Just give it a little bit of variation would be nice. I don't really know what that's doing. I'm just trying a bunch of things out, see if any of them will kind of work the way I want them to. A lot of times it's just trial and error, especially when you don't quite know what you want to do with something. Just do a quick test render. Did crash my stream the other day doing this. It says Blender's not responding, so who knows what could happen next. maybe I should just cancel out of that. Yeah, okay, we crashed. Crash Blender. Wow, I cannot speak right now. Fire back up. I'm gonna learn my lesson. Two minutes and I'll be back up and running. Get rid of our volumetric box. And now it's just kind of figuring out what I kind of want to do with the scene. Like, do I want to add depth of field, motion? Well, I already have motion blur, but if I want to add depth of fields, like, that would be kind of cool. Doesn't look as good in Eevee, but it could look super dope in cycles. But will add extra time to my render. I definitely need to find the font for this, or at least make something that looks good enough for me to be like, alright, that's cool. Play around with some of the other ones while I got the time. Nope. Well, actually, that kind of looks dope. I'd be curious. Nah, I ain't feeling that. Appreciate you coming through, Nick. Definitely hit me up next week. Definitely down to chat, see how life's going and shit. And yeah, definitely gotta get that sleep, man. I feel that. Alright, I'm gonna go through my asset folder and see if I got anything that I can add to this scene without taking away from what's already in the scene, and just kind of like the nature of what's going on. Sorry, I just dropped my phone. Not sure what else I can add. I have other shoe models, but that wouldn't make much sense. Guess it's really figuring out whether I want to keep this let's take a look in the Compositor node. Do a quick test render real fast. Key tip: if you are rendering, click out of rendered or viewport mode and any material. Just like get it down to wireframe mode, and then you put a little less stress on your GPU from having to render a scene in your viewport as well as in the renderer. Just a quick tip. You'll have faster renders, and there's no need to be looking at the viewport when it's going to be rendered out real fast. So I just bumped it down to 1920 by 1080, so hopefully this should go a little bit faster than it did yesterday. I changed a bunch of things too from, that's nice. I don't know if I'm sold on the text. It ain't look half bad. And like I said, I'm going to render this out in 2K resolution. I didn't get this far in my render last night. I kind of cut it short, a couple hundred frames, but especially if I'm doing this again, it's gonna take a lot longer than I originally had anticipated. Yeah, like, it looks super clean, but like, I just want to be able to zoom in. Let's take a look to see. Let's see if I can pull it off. Once again, something that will probably crash the stream. We're gonna go for it though. All right, we're doing a 4K render. Pray for the pray for the best. I do have $15 to Concierge Render that I meant to use for a project a while ago, so maybe it's worth checking out whether I could do a render through them. I don't remember my username and password. Alright, that'll be something I'll have to try out later. Because it'd be so dope to just have a 4K product. Definitely check out Concierge Render if you are looking to use external renderers. Just because you don't have a nice GPU doesn't mean that you can't pay to have somebody else render your animations. Something that I've never used before, but I do know a few people that use it pretty often, and like, it comes in handy. Like, you can't deny the fact that time is money, and you know, if you got someone who is able to do the heavy lifting in the back-breaking rendering, it's like, you know, sometimes you gotta take advantage of it. Octane users probably use like something like Render Token, which is also a cryptocurrency, which is kind of cool. But I only use Octane. I can only use one node in Octane, so it's like, this is what I got. Yeah, I feel like there's no way that this is gonna be like five minutes of frame isn't so bad, but 451 5-minute of frames, nah, that ain't it. Looks good though. not rendering out the Compositor though. Alright, we're gonna see this render through. In case you did not know, I did create the lights on the ceiling from scratch. I did not create the safe, though. The safe was a 3D model that I had gotten off the internet. That was a really nice, high-quality one with a pre-built-in animation. A lot of the materials for this, the metal materials, those were from a pack I purchased. I want to say somewhere on Gumroad for probably like 10-15 bucks. And then the ground and the walls are Quixel Bridge, which is an Epic Games branched company that does a lot of mega scans, and they also make very high quality textures that you can get in 4K, 8K, you name it. I definitely need to make the Nike sign a little lower on the ground because you're getting like the double reflection, and although it doesn't look too bad, just want to clean that up. It just kind of gives it a harder, like a double edge, which we don't want that. Let's see if it actually composites. Supposedly it composited the glow, but I don't believe it. I mean, I think we're almost at that stage where it's like, the only thing I can really do is accept that it's done. Yo, Peter Bond! Peter Bond, live in the chat. What's good, my G? Japan man. Do you listen to the Japan droids while you're out in Japan? Oh, it's all good. Damn, super dope. Homies in the chat, all the way from Japan. Man's probably as he put in the chat, workday. That's super dope. Glad he made it out. Yeah, kind of getting there. Debating maybe putting some plants over here. See if I can get some inspiration from the Nike store. Nah, probably not. Let's see. see what else can we do to make this render look better. Alrighty, 20 seconds long. I'm on board with that. Oof, I don't like how it reflects off the ceiling there though. It might be worth maybe turning down the reflections. Nah, I can't do that. Alright. We gotta come to a compromise, because if that's reflecting as hardcore off the ceiling, then I don't know if I want that. Alright, so maybe if we bump it up to like 0.125 or 0.2. Maybe 0.2 is a little too high. Let's see what else. Let's try maybe adding like a circle. Oh. Just a couple extra lights, see if we can get this scene like a little, pop a little bit more. Oh. Maybe like some strips of gold. That'd be kind of dope. See if I got a material I could add. Little subsurface or subdivisions. Nice, we're getting there. Yeah, so pop an array modifier on this guy and set it on the z-axis. I don't know if that's gonna work the way I thought it would. I don't know, let's see how it looks. Pass. Take it out. Not what I really wanted it to look like. Before we switch it out though, let's try. I really think I'm gonna leave nothing there, but adding another volume metric, although I didn't like it the first time. Just like I said, playing around with different ideas. Hoping one sticks. Nah, this is not looking the way I wanted it to. Alright, we're gonna get rid of the volume. Gonna get rid of that. I don't really know what else. Alright, so at this point, if you are still watching, I'm just really trying to figure out if there's anything else I really want to add to this scene before I kind of call it quits. Maybe I'm going to really regret it on the back end once I've rendered out 500 frames, but I kind of like having like the tiniest bit of reveal. I'll pass on this song, to be honest. Sorry. Alright, so I'm just going to do a little bit of math in my head. If I do 500 frames in EV, and it takes me 1 minute, divide that by 60, so that would be about 9-hour render. And on the back end, if I do cycles at 2K resolution, 500 frames times, let's just say 5 minutes, 2500 minutes, which would take about 41 hours. Alright, we're gonna do 480. I think we might almost be done. Just make sure there's nothing in here that I don't want to keep. Yeah, so most likely this is going to be my night, just rendering this out. Pretty hyped on how it's come out so far. Hopefully I can get the animation rendered within the next day or so. I do have to kind of go back to client work tomorrow, so there's a high chance that this may not get done till about Saturday or Sunday, but once again, pretty hyped with how it came out. Definitely gonna do like a 300 render sample on Eevee at 2K resolution, just so that it has some nice, just really nice detail. And then for cycles, you know, I want to say I'm gonna put it at like 280, 320 samples, but most likely we'll settle for 240, but we'll see. I'm not going to kill myself on time, but I am going to try Concierge Render, because like I said, I do have $15 in there, in which I would love to be able to render out this one project on that $15, and if I would be able to, and it comes out great, then who knows, I might use that service more often. But yeah, we'll definitely see how this goes. I'll probably hang out for like another 5 to 10 minutes and see what else I could maybe add. But other than that, I think I might be good to go. Per GPU hour. Let me just try something. When you don't remember what email or what password, alright, I'm gonna look up that on my other computer and hopefully be able to figure out whether we can do this or not. But let me save. It's not how you spell concierge, but that's how I spell it tonight. Yeah, so hang tight for just a second. I'm just trying to figure out my password. Slash, I might change it really quickly on Concierge Render. Ideally, if I can, like I said, if I can render it externally, then I'm gonna go for it. but like I said, who knows how much it might actually cost. Alright, I'm just resetting my password now on my other computer. I hate when things ask for your username, but you just kind of, they ask for your username and you think it's your email, but it's not, because then I always forget what my actual password is after at that point, and nothing gets accomplished. Cool. This is actually my first time ever really using this, so let's see how well I do. This would be pretty cool if this works the way I am anticipating it to work. It's taking a hot minute to load up, so that's a good sign. Or maybe not. Got some other cool live streams planned. I definitely want to do just like a weekly live stream where I just model items that I want. Just things that I haven't modeled before. Just like some practice stuff where you can kind of see my workflow and how I fail at certain things. And then got some client project stuff that I'm going to try and live stream. I want to start doing some Unreal Engine stuff, but it's really hard to do that currently on my GPU, as you can see. Not taking up too much memory, but just to kind of give you an idea of how quickly memory gets taken up. So I just switched over to render view. I'm sure it'll start spiking in a hot minute. Probably gonna take a hot minute. See where we're at in Concierge Render. I don't know why it's called shot 7. I don't... Oh, because that ain't the right one. Oops. Cancel. Gone too far. Oh, weird. I guess it is the right file. Oh, that's the old... That was my test project. Alright, well, might as well be neat about this project and... Yeah, I still gotta add sound design and everything to this. Did it finish? Alright. Launch. Render. We were using Blender 2.9. Ooh, no, don't hit render. wasn't what I was trying to do. Oops. Still don't really know what I'm doing on this. There I go, downloading that again. I just wanted to get a quick preview. Yeah, so this should hopefully tell me kind of what it will cost. I've already used up like 8 cents, which isn't so bad, but I can already tell that this could be costly. But if I can get my Eevee one done for under $15 and I can render it out in cycles on my own time, that's a win. Although probably doing the cycles one makes more sense. We'll see. This might actually be my first job, or my first render that I do exclusively through Concierge Render for rendering. Although I do have tests, but... I wonder in the last jobs, let's see, so I think I downloaded a few frames. Let's just, can't really tell, because they definitely go out of order. Actually, that looks kind of clean. Should I just say what? Should I just go for it? Just blow the $14? I might just go for it. Let me just try doing like a cycles one. But at least playing around with this is a good idea, because I can see how it can be real easy to blow through some money. Let's try 4K. I may actually native resolution is probably best. 300. Frame 1. Let's just see how much it costs, how long it takes, and you know, if it costs $1, like that would suck. Back in like video game music time. If anyone knows of any dope streamable beats that are copyright free, definitely let me know. Harris Heller, great producer, but not always in the vibe. So what's really cool about this is it tells you what GPUs it's rendering on. So it's using 2 NVIDIA 11GB GPUs. It doesn't say exactly what GPUs, but It's got 11 gigabytes of VRAM. That's a pretty powerful machine. So we'll see how this goes, and then who knows? I either might do the whole thing in Eevee tonight through my remaining balance on Concierge Render, or I may do like half of the cycles one and then the rest on my own. And I can always add more money to it tomorrow, but I'm not really looking to drop money on this just because it's a personal project. So if I can save money, that's kind of the idea. But like I said, I had the $15 from a client project, and it's just a good idea to get familiar with how this operates. Alright, so we will wait for this to finish. Definitely going to take a lot longer, it looks like, when doing it. It was doing like 5 minutes a frame on my own, so assuming it's gonna, I assume it's gonna be like 3 to 4 minutes probably on these two GPUs. 300 samples at 2K resolution. It's gonna take some time. I'm curious as to how much it's gonna cost though. Alright, so just finished. 5 cents a frame. Let's see. 5. So we got 480 frames times 0.05. Be about $24 to render it all out in 2K, which, not gonna lie, isn't bad. And I'm just gonna check the results. Kind of digging this program the more and more I use it. I might run it, save some time, render it out in Eevee and on my own. Alright, let's do one more test. Alright. Got 1487. I'm just gonna delete this because do one more test. We'll do it in 4K. Why not? Do I want to try another Eevee one? Did it? Maybe it told me in. So average frame is 2 seconds for Eevee. So 480 frames times 0.02 be $9.60 to do it all in Eevee, or just to do the whole thing in Eevee. So let's try doing a 4K render in just Eevee. Still frame. $300 and make sure I hit still frame. Alright, we're gonna run that. I'm gonna leave this kinda on pause for a second and hit the bathroom, and I should be back in like a minute. Alright, I'm back like the Hess truck, ready to check in. Alright, so it's going to cost 3 cents for a 4K EV. That's insane. Why did I not start using this earlier? Like, this is game changer for me because look at that. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. Probably going to end the stream in 2 seconds. But what I am going to do is change some settings around. I mean, we're going to be doing 4K from probably now on. That's super exciting. Yeah, this is super exciting. Learning that Concierge Render is a very accessible option is super cool. Kind of affordable. I can see how it can start costing a lot of money, but this is good to know. And like I said, when you look at the details behind it, you know, cost 3 cents a frame. I got 480 frames times 0.03. Be about $14.40 to do it all in 4K. Like I said, it'd be $24 to do the entire thing in cycles. Part of me wants to just do both, but I gotta pick one tonight, and I feel like I should do the cycles. Cycles are just gonna take too much time. I could probably bust through the EV one in like a night. So I think that's it for the stream. I really appreciate anyone who's come through in the last 2 days. If you are interested in following me on social media, you can follow me. Feel free to follow me on Instagram. This is generally where I post a lot of my stuff. As you can see, I have the tester right here. A couple other things that I made in Unreal Engine the past week. These 5 are, you know, I have other animations that are a lot older, done in Blender Octane over here. Another Blender Octane one. I definitely want to do more Octane stuff. I think it's such a cool render engine. Another Octane. This was done in Cycles. Yeah, so feel free to follow me on social media. You can also follow me on YouTube. I will be doing tutorials in the future, but I'm kind of getting started with just taking on the client work that I have and working from there. But yeah, feel free to follow me. If you have questions or you want to see anything, please don't hesitate to reach out. And thank you for watching the stream tonight. I will catch you all next time as the beat drops. Peace.